大家好，我是 Olive Branch Down. So it's a common belief that animal fat is not healthy as it can lead to high cholesterol as well as can lead to heart disease. So more vegetable oil is used in its stead. Now there's one vegetable oil, or more accurately, fruit oil, that actually has the same saturated fatty acid as animal fat and actually looks like animal fat. And that's coconut oil. It's very popular in the health circles, but is it still healthy? In this video, we'll look into the benefits of coconut oil, if there are any, and whether it warrants your attention or not. Coconut oil is comprised of 90% saturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid, as you may know, is associated with animal fats such as lard, beef tallow, egg yolks, butter, etc. It's what gives these fats its characteristically solid-like texture in room temperature. And in the past, they have been negatively associated with high cholesterol as well as heart disease, but these have been disputed, and I've mentioned all this in my previous videos. In fact, coconut oil contains more saturated fatty acids than all the oils that we consume, including all of the animal fats. This is in fact what makes coconut oil the most heat-stable oils of them all. If you want to learn more about how heat can break down fats and oils, you can refer back to my previous videos. The last thing to note about coconut oil's composition is that it is made up of 65% medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs for short. This talks about how long the fatty acid chain length is, but we won't talk about that in this video as I've mentioned it in my past videos. Fatty acid chain lengths do seem to have a different effect on the body, but MCTs do seem to have benefits to health. So just how good is coconut oil for you? Nutritionally, there are three main points. Number one is heat stability. You've probably come across this concept of the cooking oil's smoke point. It's the idea of heating up a cooking oil to a certain temperature and then emitting blue smoke, and then it goes rancid, causing free radicals to form and other carcinogens. The smoke point of coconut oil is actually surprisingly quite low, as it ranks in the bottom half of all cooking oils, including oils such as peanut oil, sunflower oil, and soybean oil, just to name a few. Having said that, it's still heat stable when cooking, even deep frying, due to its saturated fatty acid composition, meaning that it won't break down as easily, forming free radicals like other vegetable oils that are high in polyunsaturated fatty acids. If you're interested in the science of smoke point and how it can be low yet still stable, then be sure to check out my next video. Number two is heart disease risk. I touched upon earlier that saturated fatty acid has no link to increased heart disease risk. However, there's further studies that actually do show that saturated fatty acid also has no link to increased cholesterol in the blood. In fact, the studies actually show that coconut oil increases HDL, which is the good cholesterol, and lowers LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, when compared to soybean oil. And number three is metabolic risk. Studies actually do show that coconut oil actually can improve your insulin sensitivity as well as your antioxidant status compared to other vegetable oils. Lastly, there are studies that even show that coconut oil can help you burn more fat by increasing your metabolism, but the amount is actually very, very small and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. It actually applies mostly to obese people than to lean people. And there are also cosmetic benefits as well, meaning there's two main points. Number one is hair, when applied directly on, as it serves as a protective role to hair damage as well as moisture retention. Number two is skin. When applied to the skin, it is at least as effective as mainstream moisturizers, and when it is actually compared to olive oil, it's even more effective for moisture retention. But studies even show that coconut oil is highly non-allergenic, making it ideal for people with sensitive skin. Add to the fact that coconut oil has its natural antimicrobial effects, making it even more beneficial for those who have eczema, who may have more skin infections due to excessive scratching. So there you have it. Coconut oil does seem to have a lot of positives going for it and not a lot of negatives. So maybe at 年夜饭 you can cook something with coconut oil in it for your family. That's it for today's video. 祝大家新春快乐，龙马精神，身体健康。I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, please leave any questions or comments below, and do let me know if you do end up using coconut oil and if you enjoy using it. I'll see you next time. 祝大家龙马精神，身体健康。OK， 身体年夜饭。